Gen Z has many issues that we are facing, not all of which our parents know the answers to, because things are changing so quickly. So in this video, I share 2 huge issues that Gen Z is facing and how to fix them from my personal experience. Mental health is a huge issue, especially because we were the only generation born into a social media driven world. That has turned out to cause many problems, including depression, anxiety, and seeing the world through some sort of fake image on some social media app. Also, a large part of the stress and anxiety is due to the fact that we feel like we have to live up to these expectations from what we see on our phones and feel that that is real life when it isn't. It's only worsened by the fact that we feel as though we have a lot of pressure on us to balance academic success, financial success, and feeling that we really made a difference. It must also be done in a moment's notice, as we have grown up with constant action and grown accustomed to seeing instant success and not seeing the years and years it's taken of hard work to get to that point. We just see the success and assume it's going to be like that for us. When it inevitably isn't, we get unmotivated, depressed, and angry. But then we move on to the next shiny thing that promises to make us quick cash and never really does. And then we do the vicious cycle all over again. So how do you get out of it? Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is it's easy, but the bad news is it's hard to maintain. Let me explain. If you have problems with social media, just get off your phone. It doesn't take a brainiac to know that. But it's much easier said than done. If you want to break a habit, you have to fill it with something else or you'll eventually fall back into it. Let me give you an example. I want to get off social media, but I don't fill my time with anything to replace it. Eventually, I'll be on my bed bored. I will grab my phone and end up going on social media. But if I go running instead, hanging out with friends, or go to the gym, or one of your other productive hobbies, you will fill your time you had with social media with those things, and you will be much less likely to relapse. The reason it's hard to maintain is because social media and literally everything else that we use on a daily basis is very addictive, and it's also very much on purpose. So it's hard to choose productive things which require effort over something else which is addictive and easier to do. Going hand in hand with social media is the problem that Gen Z has with figuring out who we are. With that comes the influence from people at school who we want to mimic in hopes of being liked, and social media apps like YouTube and Instagram, where we're taking the advice that they give as more important than the advice that our own parents give. All of this forms into a toxic mix, things keeping us from realizing who we truly are. So, how do we find out who we are? The only way of figuring that out is to do something many Gen Zers are terrified to do. Talk with people from different backgrounds who might seem to scare us or are completely foreign to us. When we connect with people, we find out who we truly are, which might be scary to us because we might not like who we see in the mirror. But that's the first step to fixing it. Without knowing the problem, we're incapable of repairing it. So as you can see, there's many problems with Gen Z. I tried, however, to talk about the ones that I have at least figured out. Many of our problems are deeply rooted and gonna take more than watching a 5 or 6 minute video, but I hope this gave you at least the inspiration to make a change. Let me know in the comments if you agree or not. Thank you for watching.